What if I told you the rules around your Social Security just changed, and most people don't even realize it yet? These changes started in May, and they could affect your income, your benefits, and your retirement plan. Welcome back. My name is Alfonso with Money Smart Basics, and in this class, we keep it simple. We break down money so you can make better decisions. Today, we're going to walk through the new Social Security changes and what they mean for you. Now, there are 4 key changes you need to understand. Not 10, not 20, just 4. But these 4 can impact your retirement more than you think. Let's break them down. Change number 1, cost of living adjustment, COLA. First, the cost of living adjustment, also known as COLA, estimated increase around 2.8%. Now that may not sound like much, but let's make it real. If you're receiving about $1,850 a month, that's roughly an extra $50 a month, or about $600 a year. Now here's the truth. It helps, but it may not keep up with real inflation, especially groceries, housing, and healthcare. So don't rely on this increase alone. Change number 2, full retirement age, FRA. Next, full retirement age, still 67, no change. If you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age remains 67. That means if you take benefits early, your check is reduced. If you delay, your check increases. This is one of the most important decisions you'll make because it affects your income for the rest of your life. Change number 3, maximum taxable earnings. Expected to increase above $176,100. Now here's what that means. If you're still working, more of your income may now be taxed for Social Security. In simple terms, you could be paying more into the system, especially if you're a higher earner. But remember, higher contributions can also mean higher future benefits. Change number 4, earnings test limit. And number 4, the earnings test limit, around $23,000. This one catches a lot of people off guard. If you're collecting Social Security and still working, there's a limit to how much you can earn. If you go over that limit, some of your benefits may be temporarily reduced, not lost, but delayed. And that can affect your cash flow right now. Are you losing money without knowing it? If you're working while collecting, planning to retire soon, or depending on Social Security, you need to hear this, because one wrong move could reduce your benefits. No warning. Changes happen quietly. Most people missed it. No big headlines for most people. No real warning, just changes. And those changes are already affecting people today. These changes could reduce your benefits. And I want you to really hear that, because we're not just talking about a small adjustment. We're talking about money that you may already be counting on. They could affect how much you receive every single month. Now think about that for a second. If your income drops even a little, that can throw off your entire budget. Your bills don't go down, your expenses don't pause, but your income can shift. And if you're depending on Social Security as a primary source of income, that's a big deal. Because it's not just about today, it's about consistency, it's about stability. And once that stability is disrupted, everything else has to adjust. So the question becomes, are you prepared for that change? Bigger impact. But it goes deeper than that. This isn't just about one check. This isn't just about one payment. Coming in this month, this could impact your entire retirement income strategy. Because Social Security, for many people, is the foundation. It's the base layer of their retirement. Everything else gets built on top of it. Your savings, your investments, your lifestyle decisions, all of it connects back to that one number. So when that number changes, even slightly, it forces everything else to adjust. Maybe you have to pull more from savings. Maybe you delay certain plans. Maybe you cut back in areas you didn't expect. And over time, those small adjustments turn into major long-term impact. So this isn't just about today. This is about your future income, your stability, and your ability to maintain the lifestyle you worked for. The mistake most people make. Here's where most people make the mistake, and it's an easy one to make. They think, once they start receiving Social Security, that income is fixed, that it won't change, that it's predictable, that they can just build their life around it and never have to think about it again. But that assumption can cost you, because Social Security isn't as set it and forget it as people believe. There are rules, there are limits, and there are changes that can affect what you actually receive. And if you don't understand those rules, you can make decisions that reduce your income without even realizing it. So the real mistake isn't just believing it's fixed. The real mistake is not paying attention. But here's the truth. That idea that once you start receiving Social Security, your income is fixed and predictable is not always the case. And this is where things start to shift. Because Social Security isn't just about receiving a check. It's about how that check is calculated and how your situation continues to affect it. Because depending on when you claim, how much you earn, and what you do next, your benefits can actually go down. Not because something went wrong, but because of how the system is designed. Timing matters. If you claim too early, you can lock yourself into a lower benefit for life. Income matters. If you continue working and earn above certain limits, your benefits can be reduced. And your decisions matter, because every move you make after claiming still affects your financial picture. So the truth is this: Social Security isn't just about qualifying, it's about strategy. And without the right strategy, you could leave money on the table or see your income reduced without even realizing why. Cash flow impact. Now, in many cases, that reduction isn't permanent, and that's important to understand, because some people hear reduction and they immediately think it's gone forever. That's not always the case. But here's the part most people overlook. Even a temporary reduction can affect your cash flow right now. And cash flow is what keeps everything moving. It's what pays the bills. It's what keeps your lifestyle stable. So if your monthly income drops, even for a short period of time, that can create pressure. You may have to adjust your spending, delay certain payments, or dip into savings earlier than planned. And if you're living month to month, that matters, because you don't have a lot of room for error. So while the reduction may not last forever, the impact is very real in the moment. Why this matters? Because retirement is all about stability. It's about knowing what's coming in every month and being able to plan your life around it. Your bills, your lifestyle, your peace of mind, all depend on consistency. But here's what most people don't realize. Even small changes add up over time. A small reduction today might not seem like a big deal, but stretch that out over months, over years, and now you're talking about real money. Money that could have gone toward your savings, your comfort, or your security. So this matters because stability in retirement isn't automatic. It has to be protected. And the more you understand how these changes work, the better prepared you'll be to protect it. What you've learned in this class. So in today's class, we broke this down together. Simple, clear, step by step. By the end of this session, you understood exactly what changed, who these changes affected, and what you needed to do next. Because this wasn't about complicated rules or confusing language. This was about your money, your benefits, and your future. We walked through the key changes, looked at how they impacted both retirees and those still working. And most importantly, we talked about the actions you should consider so you don't get caught off guard. So if you stayed with me, by now, you have a clearer understanding of how to move forward with confidence. Now you've seen it. You've seen what changed, who it affects, and how it can impact your income. And more importantly, you understand why it matters. Because this isn't just about Social Security. This is about your stability, your planning, and your future. The truth is, the people who take time to understand the system almost always do better than those who don't. Not because they're smarter, but because they're prepared. And now, you're in a better position than most, because you didn't ignore it. You didn't assume. You took the time to learn. So moving forward, don't just rely on what you think you know. Stay informed, stay aware, and most importantly, make decisions with intention. Because when it comes to your retirement, every decision matters. And every step you take today shapes your tomorrow. I'll see you in the next one. I want to invite you to go deeper. I created both the book and companion workbook, Debt-Free in Jesus' Name, to help you move from information to real transformation. This isn't just motivation. It's a step-by-step biblical blueprint designed to help you break the cycle of debt, strengthen your mindset, and build a foundation for long-term financial freedom. The book will teach you the principle, and the workbook helps you actually apply them, with practical tools like budgeting guides, debt payoff strategies, and personal reflection exercises. If you're ready to become a better steward of what God has placed in your hands, the links are in the description. Start your journey toward peace, discipline, and financial freedom, one decision at a time. Remember to like and subscribe for more Money Smart Basics videos. If you have any suggestions for financial literacy topics, please leave a comment. The information provided in this content is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial, legal, or tax advice. Always consult with a qualified financial advisor, tax professional, or legal counsel before making any financial decisions. The creator of this content is not responsible for any actions taken based on the information provided. Investments and financial decisions carry risk, and past performance does not guarantee future results.